Bah!
What's up, Gary?
Well, right before the show, we was talking about Tanner,
Yeah.
and I went back and read what he typed, and and so I get it now. He said he's 3 minutes early, and he's still
Right.
third in line.
Yeah.
It shows you how many are waiting.
Yeah. Man, I
Well,
see Adam Phillips is in, and same with Tyler Lloyd Manuel is in.
man, Adam Phillips, what's up, Adam?
Is that Adam
and
the winner? Phillips, the winner? Is that
I
what
think
that
so.
is?
In the Phillips Racing Camp.
Yeah, the Phillips Racing Camp. Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations, man. We'll have to talk about that. There's Jim Lauer. There's Larry Hunt.
There's Jim. What's up, Jim? Doug Perry. Hi, Doug.
Hey,
Yes.
Doug.
Doug's in the house. Got some regulars popping here, and we know Tanner's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
If he comes back, I told him to come back in 2 minutes. I hope he comes back.
I know you might have upset him. You know what I mean? Sorry, sir. Clark.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, park's closed.
We need the picture of John Candy.
That's right. Yeah, with the moose. Park's closed, sir. Oh my goodness! You get any sleep today?
A little bit. I crawled in at 3:00 this morning, and I think I had to get up and go pee at some point. But then I crawled right back in. About 9:30, I figured that's enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was a good weekend. It was a costly weekend, but we'll talk through that. Good time.
Well, didn't cost me much. I don't think. There's Shannon. Hi guys, it was good to see y'all. Good to see you too, Shannon.
They surprised us. They surprised me anyway. I didn't know they were coming down.
Oh man, I didn't either. You thought maybe I had an inside scoop.
I did. I asked you. You hide stuff from me sometimes, and so I was asking.
I told Brian while we was driving down, I was thinking, man, it'd be cool if the Wises came, but we just didn't think they would. But
no, man,
they sure did.
The whole band was there. Troy and Tanner. And
shout out to this guy, Tony Phillips. What's up, fellas? He says, "What's up, Tony?
What's up, Tony? Mr. Winner,
Mr. Crew Chief Winner."
Yep, Crew Chief for the win. What's that? Let's count that out. Is that 2 or 3 races with the new ride, and they already found the winner circle? You know what I mean, man?
Yep.
We just need to hang out with them and learn. You know,
when you're good, you're good. You can't hide it.
You can't. Everybody knows their role. They got a good team.
Was that Jerry Reed song? When you're hot, you're hot.
That's it.
When you're not, you're not. Mm-hmm. That's you. You're hot, and I'm not. I'm not.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo. Tanner said he decided to come back.
Oh yeah, he knew it.
Very good.
Heck yeah. Man, Tanner was double duty yesterday, Same with you too, running back and forth, white car, red car, white car, red car. In those laptops deep.
Curtis Sprayberry says almost watched the sun come up at Mad.
Oh yeah.
Man, as bad as I wanted to stay, I went to bed at midnight on Friday night, Saturday morning, and got up at 4 a.m. and went to work, and I was ready to go home, go to bed.
Yeah. Well, you had to catch that 3-hour nap, Saturday afternoon.
Oh, dude, that nap was amazing.
Yeah.
That made last night tolerable.
Yeah. I'm glad Harper pushed it back to the right just a little bit to help with that. I wonder if Ozark did that as well, kind of start a little later,
Yeah.
I think it's a must that these summer schedules like this. What's Tony saying? He found a squirrel?
Yeah, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Right. They probably had to tame that big beast down, with all of that power. I don't know how good the track was for that deal, That's power for days, that Hemi.
That's a tough job as the track prepper guy to manage a hot track. I know, no idea what it takes, but it's got to be hard. Yeah, and to keep everybody happy,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're trying to keep all the customers. You got the spectators in the stands. You know what I mean? They want to see a show, and then you got all of us internal customers. And we're people are over there venting. You know what I mean? Hey, blah blah blah. But what's Troy Ave saying?
Troy says, "What's up, Pro Mod Rodney and Baconator Gary, aka the Mustang Boys."
There we go. There we go. So speaking of Baconator Gary, how many burgers and hot dogs you had yesterday?
I had 2 2 cheeseburgers and 2 hot dogs.
All right, that ain't too bad.
Not,
You had
not
some watermelon too, didn't you?
I didn't have 2 cheeseburgers and then 2 hot dogs.
No.
I went in to get a cheeseburger and I was like, I seen the lady wrapping up the hot dog and I thought, I want that too. I want to. I didn't eat much through the day on Saturday till we got to the track. So,
all right. Well,
cheeseburger, hot dog. Then, later on, a few hours later, I had to go back and kill another cheeseburger and a hot dog. And they're on point. Cheeseburger's so good.
Their fries are good as well. You know, Gary, I noticed you had 2 hands and both hands were full. Cheeseburger, hot dog.
And hot dog.
And you're kind of, doing a little cheeseburger for a little bit. Then you go over to the hot dog, get on that for a little bit.
Yep. Then my wife sent some leftover watermelon that she was feeding the tree mulcher guys from the storm damaged the tree stuff. So she sent some leftover watermelon and mowed that down and didn't bring any home. It was good.
Oh yeah, you and B-Wise were killing that thing.
That's good stuff.
What's
Larry here? Larry says he got in bed from Ozark at 2 a.m. up at 5. Holy moly.
Man.
And headed to Oklahoma City.
Man, the night train's on a roll.
That's a morning train. That's an early morning train. Holy cow.
Woo!
Dang, Larry, that's brutal. You should be tired.
Oh, man, he ain't lying.
Tanner says maybe Tony can get that thing some mufflers now.
What's he talking about there? Is he talking about Ozark Tony, or what is he talking about?
I think we put some little,
because he got
I don't know the loud zoomies.
Yeah.
Well, we know turbos make a really good muffler,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see D Brown watching. Oh, Devin.
Brown. What's up, Devin Brown?
His back's feeling better. I think was it Devin and Adam in the finals? I think it was, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was like 3 a.m. I was when we got back and I saw Bodad, I don't think it was live, but I was watching it back. Hopefully James Foreman's okay. Did he turn right?
Seen that. Caught that video that Fodad posted. He got the nose into the wall. Hopefully they can, we hope we're sure he's good, good. Yeah. And they said he got out of the car right away and
that
so
80
the next
Malibu bumper, they probably need to check that guardrail.
Right. That's good old steel back then.
Right. That's steel. That's the good stuff.
But I was thinking about that. Okay, he's good. He's out of the car. The car is going to be damaged somewhat. But
sure.
Then it's like, well, we hope and there's a ton of time between now and Titans and Noble. So get the hammer out and get the fender, whatever kind of damage is done, and get her fixed up for Noble.
Get it pulled. So, hell, I wonder if that wagon fender is the same on a G body. You know what I mean? That whole front.
I bet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet it is.
They could pull that out and shoot. No problems. Hopefully, it's all easy stuff.
Yep, I bet so.
Yeah.
Little sheet metal. Them frames are tough.
Oh yeah.
They're tough old cars.
You see old Goose in the winner's circle with the big thumbs up?
Yeah, old Goose.
He was at the end there. I saw him.
Yeah, we got the picture too. Yeah, Larry says we got Thunder Valley all squared away.
Oh, heck yeah.
That was a business trip yesterday or this morning.
Man. There it is, August 8th and 9th.
Oh, man.
I'm ready.
Larry, did you order a bunch of air conditioners?
Is this an indoor event?
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to be an indoor.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
There's Devin Brown. He says, "What's up, fellas? Back is still there. Talking to the surgeon July 1st.
Okay.
Woo.
Well, hopefully they can fix you up, buddy.
Yeah, he looked like a hurting unit when we left Mocan that day. Man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was moving very, very slow.
Yeah.
Yes. Andrew Levitt, what's up, guys? Hey, Andrew, good to see you yesterday.
Heck yeah, Andrew. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. Hopefully next time you can get the green machine out.
That's right. That would fit fit and built for True Street duty, I would guess, right?
I would guess, yeah.
Yep. Good deal. Larry has some
What's this
info.
stuff? Yeah.
Larry says, talking about Thunder Valley, new owners as of 12 days
12
ago.
days ago. Gary, did you go down there and buy Thunder Valley?
I don't think so. Huh. Not that I know. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I did not.
Can
I don't
you-
think owning a track would be fun.
No.
That might take the fun right out of it.
I've had some meetings with Mr. Maybrower. He told me it's not fun.
Oh, I bet not. I could, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your buddy Tim?
Yep. There's Amarillo Tim. Evening, guys. He said, "What's up, Tim?"
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who can Larry comment on who took over and what's going on there? Or is that a secret, or what's going on?
You got some more dirt, Larry?
Yeah.
Dish it out. This is the dirt place. Let's go.
Oh yeah, because if you hear it here, it's official. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Gospel.
There, no lies are told here.
No.
Yeah, Andrew says hopefully, and yes, True Street. So
Yeah.
got to be coming along soon.
Heck yeah.
Devin says they say these race cars are like massage chairs. You probably can't be bouncing the front end off the ground too many times.
No kidding.
Like in
Just
Texas.
Forces, you know what I mean? And crawling in and out the cage, and you're already back sore. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah. Yeah, that would hurt.
Oh yeah, that would hurt.
There's Mr. Tim from Weld. He says, "Good evening, gentlemen."
Yeah, Tim, what's going on? Love his little Weld.
Oh, I do too. That needs to be a sticker, a logo, a T-shirt, all the above. The tire fender or the tire cover, like we talked about.
The tire cover, yeah.
That would look so cool.
Oh yeah, sign me up for one of those.
Those would get sold like hotcakes, and then you and I get some kickbacks off of that.
Just 15%.
Right?
Yeah. Just 15%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool looking, Tim.
Man, there was we had MAG going on, Ozark going on, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Woo!
Holy cow, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Bowling Green was popping.
Yeah. Look at AJ Taylor on, man. Hey, congratulations.
AJ, the 650 winner.
Yeah. First
win guys
ever.
Yes.
Right? That's awesome.
Yes. Good job, AJ. Congrats, man.
Yeah. Took his third chance in the winner's circle. Got him a big check.
Yes. What's up, guys? Good seeing you this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Tim has a response. He says, "I'll send this recording to marketing."
Heck yeah. Hey, we'll come down and have a meeting.
Well,
that's all right.
Yep. And do it because Tim said so.
That's right.
Do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wendy Martin. Hi, Wendy. Wendy says, "Goose said you had an all-exclusive trip paid to Ozark this weekend, but you declined."
I did. He's right.
Hey, you might have missed out because if you would have accepted the all-exclusive trip paid, maybe he would have offered to pay for all damages.
Oh man, now there you go, man.
How's that, right?
All exclusives, right?
You might have really missed out.
No kidding,
without saying yet. You'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got to support our local track too, but man, it's too bad they piggybacked on that. Hey, Tony Phillips. I know the other day we were at MoCam when my car shut off. I think Adam shut off too, I believe. And my question to you is you got one of those what are those called, Gary? Those solid state solenoids?
Yeah, battery. Yeah, the solid state battery cutoff.
Yeah, or do you have the mechanical one? Just checking, because ever since I put one of those on from Devon, it's done that. It did it at Arc City too. When it doesn't shake, everything's fine, but if it gets a little tire shake, it'll shut off. So I may go back to that mechanical switch. I don't know, or maybe put some rubber isolators on it or something.
Okay, Tony says yes, the big relay with the small switch in the rear. What?
Yeah.
In his deal today, he said they fixed the cutoff problem. So what'd you do to fix it? We would like to know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't tire shake. That's what the answer is.
That's it. Just don't tire shake. But, it came on, when we switched ours over, the first hit was at MoCan, and that's when it popped.
Tony says, I went and put a rocker switch on the back.
Okay.
A rocker switch instead of the
push-pull?
So
Go ahead.
was that switch shutting itself off, Tony, on the tire shake? Is that because yours isn't doing that, Rod?
No, we think, and we don't know anything, but we're thinking that inside that relay, that coil is, kind of arcing over,
Yeah, because from the exterior side, wiring the unit, the switch, everything is fine. Nothing is wrong.
Yeah, the panel stays on, the Holly stays on, but it cuts off. What's he saying? He's getting a bigger switch.
He says we are getting a bigger switch.
Yeah,
Tony, still you gonna get a big mechanical or stay with the solenoid style?
Yeah, Gary, you got 2 of those, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want them anymore.
We ought to talk to Tony offline and
okay.
On there.
He says the hair trigger on the switch hard to explain.
Yeah, we'll talk to him offline.
Okay.
But I knew that same time at MoCan. I think it was MoCan where I was just thinking later. I wonder if it was the same thing.
Yeah, he says staying with the solenoid. Okay.
Yeah. Very good.
Very strange and slightly annoying too.
Like you're crossing your fingers.
Man.
Josh Gill's having the same deal. His car was shutting off at 200 feet, 300 feet. I don't know if he's got one of those relays, but
he says here he's going to burn this pile to the ground. Oh man!
No, he got that first round by. He shot that thing to the moon. He put all the boost in it.
That's right. Yeah, he was ready for takeoff.
Yeah, no doubt.
Back up here just a little bit. Curtis Sprayberry, he says AJ was the man this weekend.
Oh, yeah, he was lining them up, knocking them down.
Yeah. And there's Jim Robinson. Hey, guys. Hey, Jim.
Yeah. Hey, Jim. Jim, how's it going? Have you seen Goose chime in yet?
Have not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got something else going on. Josh Gill's got something else going on.
Okay, yeah, it's not that. He says you think it's an RFI or a noise situation.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
The moon tune, Doug says.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did the moon tune. I think it did the bunny hop, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I can hear the wind blowing. Is it windy at your place?
Yeah.
Man, I was been in here most of the afternoon. It sounds rowdy outside.
It is.
We
got this limb back there. When the wind blows just right, it smacks the house. Of course, it's 500 feet off the ground. That's a joke. It just feels that way because it's way up there. She's like, "Get the ladder out. Go, the wind's blowing. You gonna hold the ladder? You get up there. I'll hold the ladder." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. No Goose tonight. It looks like.
Tony says, "I think Donna is out of pocket." That's his comment person. Yeah. He doesn't do tech stuff. He needs to get on that. He needs to get that fixed.
Yeah. I was going to talk to Goose there. I saw him on Fodad video walk around calling the shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his whole camp made it out of MoCan, no problem. No traction needed. You know what I mean? Brrr, just drive right out. You know? I saw him do one of those Toyota jumps when Tony was backing out.
That's right.
He jumped up so high, I thought he was going to touch the stars. He clicked his heat like he was in Oz. You know what I mean?
That's right. He did.
Come to Kansas, and he was fired up. Man, did you see him drive his RV out? He said he put that thing to the mat and didn't lift. You see that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We missed an excellent video opportunity right there.
We're fired.
We missed about 6 great video opportunities that weekend.
Yeah, we sure did. We're fired.
Yes. There's Whitney Williams. She says, "Hi guys. Hey Whitney, seen you this weekend."
Heck yeah.
Friday night, I think. I don't think I saw you yesterday. We saw you Friday night.
Yeah.
Josh says you got to swing for it on those freebies.
Oh, yeah. You got to buy. You got to put her to the moon.
Do some testing and tuning on the free shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you go outside today? Did you do any yard work or anything?
No. I was in the garage the whole time. I got up at dark 30, 6:30. And I just came out here and started working, after our little incident yesterday.
Yeah.
We got 6 weeks to get to Oklahoma City, Thunder Valley. So
plenty of time.
It's funny too, because after that incident happened and, you're kind of still like in the moment, you know. And then I got home and Tanya was asking me how it went, and I was like, "Oh, we hurt the motor." And oh, really? What happened? You know, and you trying to tell her at 2 a.m, you know, but yeah, as soon as I got up at 6:30, I was fired up. I went in the garage, turned and got the car unloaded. Of course, you know my little saying: if you can drive it up on the lift, it was a good outing. So I had to use the golf cart. So that bummed me out.
Oh man,
You know what I mean?
yeah. What's so back up? What's the other saying before that?
Oh yeah, if you can load it up with oil pressure. And so,
And survey says,
no oil pressure. So
man,
yeah.
well, that little rascal is a workhorse.
Oh yeah, man, that thing did its job. You know, I've had the thing 5 years now, and like I was telling you offline, it made more money than my initial purchase. You know,
Yeah,
and so we ain't mad at it. You know, we'll get her fixed, and you know, we were talking about at lunchtime. You know, it's one of those deals. I had the other motor ready, but if the other motor would have been ready in February, then I would have switched it then. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
it's all good. I can't be mad at it. It just stinks because I couldn't race last night. That was the only.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
That's right.
I feel like I could have raced with those guys,
Yep.
but that's all right.
Yeah, and also, you know, another good point, like we said last night, it's at least we wasn't 6 or 7 hours from home.
Yeah.
And broke it, didn't get to race, had to
Yeah.
load it up, you know.
Yeah.
This was really an ideal situation.
Yeah.
Sucks we didn't get to race to win, but
Yeah. Well, at first I thought I got a push rod, you know,
all right.
big end. Like in Texas, I was just needing Devin and Jason Brown dig up some push rods. But I brought mine this time. I was ready. But we get back to the pit and there's a window. Where was that extra hole for in the oil pan? What are we doing there?
Yeah. Yeah. It was self-venting.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Wendy says, you
let's
see this?
see that.
Wendy
Let's get in.
says, we have something else in the works for the waffle bacon party. Details to come. Whoop, whoop. Cool. Awesome. Wendy, we have no doubt this will be a banger.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it is, we're in. Sight unseen.
And there's the waffles, or not the waffles, the bacon is already on the books, right? There's 5 left over.
Yeah.
And Travis Kurtz is donating the rest. Is that right? I think.
Okay. I don't need to go get bacon.
Well, if we want more bacon, but
I mean, we knocked out 20 pounds. You know,
20. Yeah, like 20 was the magic number, and everybody was happy. There was no threats against bacon or bodily harm because they didn't get bacon in their belly.
No swinging hog.
No swinging hog from the back of your trailer.
Well, when do you let Goose know that he don't need to bring the hog to swing from the back of the trailer on the hook because the bacon's covered?
Yeah, the bacon is covered. So okay.
Heck yeah.
Wendy, if you need anything else like batter, XXX, shoot us a message and let us know if there's anything else.
Syrup, butter, plates, napkins.
We could get a 54-gallon drum and put a pump on it, like a pump for the syrup.
For the syrup.
Yeah, get two pumps on your waffle.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Wendy, shoot us a message. Let us know if there's anything on the side we need.
Yeah.
Forks, napkins, plates, something.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a super fun feature of the Friday night.
Oh, yeah, I love that Friday night deal. Getting your bake up on, watching those boys play dice.
Yep. This time, I'm going to go. What's his comment here? Yeah, that would be crazy.
Awesome.
I'm gonna show up at the bacon waffle party with a beverage, so I can keep eating bacon.
You got dried up.
I was so thirsty, man.
Yeah. That's a rookie error, you know. I mean,
that's you're right. You're right. That's an error.
Yeah.
I was so thirsty, I had to stop eating the bacon.
And let's be honest with you, with your 30-mile-an-hour pit bike you got now, if you
34. Come on,
34. You can roll back to the trailer in like 90 seconds.
That's a good point. That's right.
You need to get a little cup holder on that bad boy.
Yep. then I can just drink and drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scooter scored super points this
It
weekend.
scored all the points.
Its first trip to the track.
I think you sold it 10 times.
I think so.
Yeah.
Could have sold a truckload of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's work through some pictures.
You roll through some goods.
Heck yeah.
Slide over here. Boom. Let's shout out to Carson Wheeler. He went to MoCan this weekend.
Yeah.
And photography by Chesney. Post this with the winner circle picture. And MoCan did not look like that last week when we were there.
No.
It's awful sunny and bright there.
Oh yeah, dry it out.
Man. And there's no trucks stuck out there nowhere.
No.
Congratulations to today's Little Race on the Prairie $5,000 winner, Carson Wheeler. He's a local here to Wichita, the Wheeler Racing family.
Yeah.
And Troy Ross was the runner-up. So awesome, Carson. Good job. Congrats on the win and a nice big fat check.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Nice payday.
Heck yeah. They roll the country picking up checks.
That's right. They are very good at what they do.
Yeah, definitely.
We was at Mad last night and Friday. So that's last night was the last heads up race, I believe, till for the
September.
radio stuff we do till September
26th, 27th.
Yep. So that's when Rodney will be racing there again, and hopefully some more cool information coming out on that deal soon. But between there,
aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. If I don't think I want to leak it till we get the news from Harper, and he can chime in.
Yeah.
When he needs to.
Yeah, there's a little situation happen. We're just waiting it out.
You know, the ears were listening to the customer last night.
Right.
So yeah. So this is what's that?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But it's all good. I think they'll figure it out.
I think so too. Yeah. All the parties will get in line and make it work.
There you go.
Yep. This is a back of the track, no prep. This will be the first time they've done this at Mad, right?
I think they've done it one other time.
Oh, at Mad?
At Mad, a couple years back. But they definitely have done some improvements with seating and lighting and everything to be able to host one of these deals, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got to be a flashlight start, as you know, because it's coming this way, so it won't be clocks will be off, you know.
Yep. Yeah, this is presented by Mel Hamilton Racing and Mid-America Dragway. This is a back of the track, no prep, July 12th. So it's not too far away. You know, the 4th of July is coming right up.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
This little writing on this says Luigi and crew will be running the event.
Okay.
So if you're in that crowd, you know who that is. I do not.
Yeah.
There's a comment. What's his comment?
That's Tim.
Tim says, when are you guys going to come down to Amarillo?
Amarillo by morning.
They do the no preps down there, Tim, and this is not a no prep car. That's a whole different car.
I need all the prep.
Yeah, it's a whole different machine for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to come up here and race with us, Tim.
Yeah, come on up 35.
There's plenty of index stuff available.
Meet us over at Ozark.
And Tim's a good bracket racer. He's found himself in the winner's circle numerous times.
Oh, good.
Back on this. So a little info. What's that?
A lot of classes.
Yeah. A little more info on the back of the track. No prep here. It's pour your own puddle.
Okay.
Tech cards are $35 per car per class. General admission is $15 a person per day. This is a 1-day event. Okay, July 12th. Per person per day. Kids 17 under are free. Trackside VIP parking price and number of spots available to be announced. So stay tuned to Mid-America Dragway's Facebook page, their website, wherever they provide that info.
Cool.
Tim says we have more than no prep.
All right. I'll check it out.
And when those pop up, it seems like it's always on top of something we already have planned somewhere. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, what was this? Tim, yeah, come race in the thin air. Yuck, that's gross, Tim. The air was a little thin around here last night. It was like 4,200 feet, 4,300. It came down a little bit as the night went on. I think Tanner was watching that. I know we seen 42 something, and we saw maybe 37. I don't know how much further it went, but it was gross. It was yucky.
Summertime. Well, summer, on Friday, it was officially summertime. So
yeah, it'll be 3,000 feet now till September. It's yuck. Ugh. They have did I finish that deal? Let's see. Gates open at 6. Oh, this is a late night deal, kind of. Gates open at 6 p.m., racing at 9 p.m. Cool. It'll be nice out then. It'll be at 9 o'clock. It'll be cooled off into the mid 90s.
Yeah.
It'll feel good. Holy cow, Tim. He said it was 6,400 feet.
Woo!
I can't even breathe in that. I'll pass. That's too many feet. Okay, small tire. It has $1,000 added to the pot. It has with the $200 buy-in, 100% payback of the buy-in plus the $1,000 on the pot. Factory roof and quarters, 28-10-5 non-W or 275 radial, must start from inside the car. Pretty light rules there.
Yeah.
Bring it and race.
They usually do that where winner take all. They do an 80-20 or what do they do on those things?
I don't know. Let the guys split if they want to.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Yeah. They have a True Street class. These are really popular.
Oh yeah.
Yep, they're $150 buy-in, 100% payback, and $1,000 added on top of the pot. You got to have current tags and insurance. It is a 5 to 35 mile cruise, 28-10-5 or a 275 radial. Must be all glass, no Lexan. Must have dash, carpet, door panels, and roll-up windows. Back seat deletes are okay. A charging system, cooling system, all blinkers and lights. No fiberglass body panels, but the hood and the bumper.
All right. On. Here we go.
Charging system. Okay.
Has that an alternator or something?
Yep. Keep your battery up.
Yeah.
Good shape. That is True Street. They have a modern muscle class. It is required a 2008 and newer automobile. $200 added to the pot, $100 buy-in, and 100% payback. No drag cars. Must have full interior with 3 Ls. That's like a really full interior.
All the interior.
That's all of the interior. Really, really interiored up. Must be driven to the. Oh wow. Okay. Must be driven to the track. Must fit spirit of the class.
All right. Huh. That makes sense.
So unload it in the street or at the mile corner, unload your car there and drive it into the track.
Drive it on in.
There you go. Yep, that is modern muscle.
Modern muscle.
There's a truck class. It is a $150 buy-in, 100% payback, and there's $500 added on top of that pot. All steel, all glass, except a rear window. If cage goes through it, 28-10-5 or 275 radial. That's a pretty wide open class. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Truck classes are cool.
They are. And they're just building those S10s left and right, you know.
Man, I really like the look of an S10.
Yeah. Red's nephew, right?
Yeah. I like this. The older square.
Yeah.
The square nose, not the rounded, newer. I like the square stuff. Man, they're really cool.
Yeah. They had 2 or 3 of them in Centerville.
Yeah. There's Nick. Nick Roberts says, "What's up, guys?" What's up, Nick?
Seeing you yesterday.
Talking about your back of the track here.
Heck yeah.
I think that's all the classes there.
Yeah. So that's the 15th. Is that what you said? July 15th?
July 12th.
12th. All right.
Yep. July 12th. It's at nighttime. The sun will be down. Small tire, True Street, truck, and modern muscle.
There you
So
go.
what is that, like 4 weeks?
It
July.
is around the corner.
That's 3 weeks.
3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's only 3 weeks. July 4th is only 2 weeks away.
2 weeks, yeah.
Holy
the weekend
cow.
after will be this deal, right?
Dang.
Yeah.
This coming week is the last, pretty much, it is the last full week of June. It's went so fast.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing how fast time goes.
Halfway over.
Yep.
Year's halfway over, Gary.
It's crazy.
Let's do it.
I'm already tired of summer and the heat and the wind.
Oh, my goodness.
The fans are blowing extremely too much. Just like the wind on Friday, the wind yesterday. Man. Once we got to the track.
Those fans, those windmills off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blamed us for bringing that wind with us.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get blamed for that at Arc City too. You guys bring wind?
Man, it was
might as well. It was windy.
Yeah.
Yep. So then we get to race at Arc City. You want to get into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
There's a little pit spot, you and Dave in the really cool red car, Malibu, Chevelle.
Man, that thing made some good strides this weekend.
Yep, it's got some good improvement.
Yep.
It's gonna need it. We've easily discovered them shocks got to go off to show
me speed. They're on the way. He already showed us that he took them off.
Man, he got busy. He got busy right away.
He pulled the converter out and he pulled the shocks off. He's next day in those parts. So that was pretty cool too. We got to talk to Show, at Mocan and do introductions and it's a done deal. He's sending the shocks over there to kind of radio valve them a little bit, right?
Yep. Yeah, they're no good for what he's doing with it. They're tapped out. They're tapped out. Yeah, and I like what he called it in the picture he sent. The pretty much mid-season maintenance. So
yeah.
Getting.
I'm gonna go see Marty and going to see Mr. West show.
Yep. Put some shocks in the mail.
Yep.
This was this Friday night or was this last night?
It's last night.
Was this last night? Yeah.
Good
picture.
This is where we're at the comfortable stage. Once the sun kind of went down and went, it was comfortable. It wasn't as you're finding all the shade when the sun was out. And I gotta give a shout out to John Ketch, man. My Neil Chance hat went flying, my big old hat, and he ran 3 steps and tackled that thing because another 10 seconds, it would have been all the way to Nebraska, the way that wind was blowing out there. But
Goose probably saw it blow off your head. And he was getting ready to go get it.
He's got a monitor in that thing, he told me.
He does. He's got a GPS.
Yeah.
Little GPS tracker dialed up in it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're just getting unloaded and getting going here, getting ready for Q1. They ran a little qualifying on Saturday.
Yep. Oh, I told you I was going to yawn.
Yeah.
Here's Tyler Lloyd Manuel. He says a lot of attention to detail on that red car. It's crazy nice. That's no kidding, man. That is a show car.
All the attention, man. That thing gets comments every time it goes out, and it's awesome. It runs just as good as it looks, and that's a pretty cool father-son little deal there. And they're getting it lined out, making strides, not afraid to listen, ask questions, spend a little money. And they've come a long way since Centerville.
Yeah, no kidding.
4 events now? 3 or 4?
Yes. Golly. Yeah, and, Centerville and
Mocan, Arc City twice.
Yep, that's 4. That's right.
So
it's hard to keep track.
Good time. So Goose told me, Paul, he goes, "You're trying to get that little red car dialed in, and you're drawing that chip. You know what a chip it is." That's like,
you can feel it. You can feel the numbers.
He's got braille on those chips. He said he has.
He accused you of feeling them chip numbers.
Oh, yeah. He goes, "You know what that red car runs?
It runs a 25 or 24, whatever that number was." Yeah,
25. It don't matter what chip I pull. Austin Martin will be right there.
That's right. He'll be ready.
Yeah.
Here is Ray Parsons. Ray says, "Damn, Rodney, just seen your post on the engine. Get that ProMod engine stuffed in there for Noble."
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's up, Ray?
Yeah. Bum deal, but It's all
Yeah.
good.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
A couple of pictures here are kind of out of sequence, and if I didn't say nothing, you'd never know. But these were Saturday night. We just kind of hanging out, goofing off,
Yeah.
telling tall
Watermelon. You
tales.
got something in your hands. Is that a watermelon or a cheeseburger?
That's a chunk of watermelon.
Yeah.
Telling tall tales and
Oh,
just
yeah.
having a good time.
We're having a good old time there, man.
Yeah, Brian and Andrew and Troy, Dave's dad, Dave.
Yeah. hanging.
Yeah, fun time.
Yeah.
The next group of pictures gets into this is specific to you and you and your unit.
Right on.
So however you want to handle that.
Yeah, throw them up there. Let's see what happens.
Well, we can't hide it, but there's that. Oh no! Wow!
That looks just right there too. Oh my goodness!
Oh man!
I tell you what, we we had 2 qualifiers. The first one, the freaking thing shut off again. It shook the tires at I don't know 500 feet or something, and it's still I don't even know how fast it went, but
yeah, we're like a
deal with that
5.0. Yeah,
and that little solenoid thing. You know what I mean? And so we were messing with it and everything, and made it kind of at the track Band-Aid. You know what I mean? To try to get through it, and of course the sun was down by the second hit, and so the car went A to B. It didn't rattle, so it didn't shut off. It drove. It made a great lick. It made the lick that we put in the tune.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
To the number.
Yeah, that's right.
To the number. 60 foot, 330, 660. It was down like 2 miles an hour, and I'll take the win on that one. But anyway, on the decel, I felt vibration, and as you're reaching up to hit the switch and you're looking down with your good eye to see the oil pressure as at 0, I coasted on through and made the turn. And so I'm sitting there and, you're sitting there, you're all strapped in and you're like, oh man, I think we just hurt the motor,
We
processing. He was processing, I was like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong, But so it's like, oh man. Like, well, and then the first thing I think I was like, well, dang it, we ain't gonna be able to race tonight. You know what I mean? That's kind of bummed me out.
Yeah. Dang.
And because I'm pretty sure that lick took the number 1 spot, and so I was feeling confident. I haven't seen the time slip or nothing at this point. And so so Tanner comes down and we're down there for a little bit, talking and what are we gonna do? And you come down on your magic scooter, and so we're like, well, let's turn it over. So, no ignition, turn it over. And it turned over, it rotated. But it had that whole, like, you're a nitrous car and you got a head gasket and it does the, just like, man. Then you're just praying as push rods, right? I got push rods and rockers. So then we push it back and we're rolling back and we get it under the light and everything. And you see just a little bit of, like, oil kind of on this side, on the driver's side, on the inner fender, on the bow cover. You see some like mist, and I just happened to look down the right spot. I was like, oh, and I saw that right there. I was like, oh, we're done.
Yeah, who put that there, man?
No kidding. But I can't be mad at this motor. We've had it 5 years. Mark called me one day on a Sunday or Monday, and it's like, hey, I got this deal up here. If you're interested, and this thing's done real well for me. So hopefully we can fix it, and we'll see what the surgeon says, and put a little bit more back into it. It's made more money than I purchased it for, so I can't be mad at it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we're just we get back and we realize we're out and everything, and so we're just started like you said, crack them open, telling us the tall stories at that point, and so. But yeah, so that was that, you know what I mean? Then I kind of, you sleep for a few hours and I got motivated today. So
you ready for the next one?
Sure. Yeah. So oil, this is not a drain plug, right? Like,
no.
Oil containment for the win. Seriously. But
Oh
after
man.
we pulled around and I'm picking up my parachute, there's no oil nowhere. And even like when we got done with the pits, there were just a couple drops. You know what I mean? After the car sat there for a few hours before we loaded it up. But this is probably a quart of oil that I dumped out of here, just letting it drain. You know, in the diaper, and then of course once I got the diaper off, I could see that we had 2 holes in the pan, not one.
Oh,
holes.
dang.
So yeah, but at this point, I'm just motivated to get the motor out. I got that other motor sitting there, and so I just started putting that thing in. I think you're right. I think the motors were talking to each other, and one said, "Hey, let's go."
Doing a little shit talking and
Yeah,
picking on each other. Yeah.
but the more I took this diaper off and started looking things over, the kind of the worse it got. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
with all that, but and I'm sure once we pull this pan out too, well, it'll be, oh damn, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? And but yeah, so like I said, I was talking to Josh Gill too, and we were racing at this point, and if my car would have got out of shape, we went through over 160, and
Yeah.
and if my car would have got out of shape, that would have been bad quick. And
It would have.
I could have
Yes.
collected him or myself or just however you want to say it. But yeah, I knew I knew it was no good as soon as that vibration came in.
Man.
But yeah, so pulled the diaper off, kind of, you can see all the aluminum shavings throughout the diaper there and the standing oil.
That's the silver stuff in the middle there, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
let's talk about it. This diaper's probably $250, and I'll buy another one tomorrow. I mean, this thing's going in the trash. And but like, how many hours did it save Harper? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Even if I would have shut it down clean and not hitting the walls or the other person, Josh Gill, that would have been an hour deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the cleanup there.
Clean up oil. It'd be bad.
Yeah. And so, yeah, definitely get your diaper on, get your belly pan, all that stuff. So, yeah, containment system for the win. And this is kind of, I get this out of California. It's not a red box. It's shaped for the Fox body because it's got the front sump and the rear, all that for that oil pump up there and everything. So I get these. It's like my second or third one. But yeah. So I just I'm just moving forward. I already started pulling the motor out and got the car unloaded, turned the air on in the garage and early this morning, and I was out here till we got on the show. I've been hitting it, hustling. I had that 100,000 K race in the background, and all I had to switch over was the motor plate and the flex plate, and I already got it stabbed in there, man.
Dang, nice.
Yeah.
I've got a special feature tonight.
Okay.
It's a new award.
Oh no. Okay. What are you doing this time? Where's the look at it, Larry? That's what I'm waiting on.
Well, Larry didn't fit in this picture.
Okay.
This weekend, I award an MVP trophy to the diaper.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, did all of his job. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that simple little device just saved so much time, money, fenders, doors, it could have been a crash. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oil down, crash. There's so many little things that this thing prevented by catching out oil. It's so important, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out Mr. Diaper.
Yeah, I did his job.
He sacrificed his little diaper life to catch all that oil. Absolutely. Man.
Yeah.
Well, it did a great job.
It really did. Wow. Yeah.
And MVP, kudos to you for being a guy that uses that.
Oh, yeah.
You
bet. Well, and, we locked in with Stroud last year, get everything Stroud, chute, belts, the whole deal there. So window net. And I found this little company, like I said before, and it's made for the Fox body pan. And I know the rules say it, but I just think you gotta have it, and this tonight could be a lot different story. I'll take a hurt motor and lick my wounds, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
not being able to race, but like, man, yeah,
you could have a junked car that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And collecting Josh even,
Oh yeah,
that'd been terrible.
yep. Yes, good job, little diaper.
Yeah,
Man. Yeah, and if your friends are racing, man, check on your friends and make sure your friends are using this stuff too.
Oh yeah, fire system, diapers, all that stuff.
Watch out for each other, help each other out.
You bet.
So here is
Yep.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That's it. One out, one going in, and like I was saying, I just had to switch the motor plate and flex plate. I had everything else, and so I started putting this in. Let me tell you something real quick too. We're sitting there, we're done, and we're just hallucinating at this point. You're so tired and everything. And I see that hole in the oil pan, and I look at Gary. I go, "Hey, can you fix that oil pan?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's no problem." But dude, that oil pan's got a lot of outdings. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of outdings.
I ain't scared. I'll fix them.
But
I'm not scared.
Yeah, we'll get her to it. But yeah, so we're switching things out right here and getting it ready to pop in. So yeah, I hope I can fix this little 400. It's a good runner. And
yeah, it sure is.
And we'll see what happens when we pull the pan and get the crank out of it and just like look it over. But
it's like I said in your response on that post you posted, it's provided a lot of fun and entertainment.
Oh yeah,
on the racing side, yeah.
And for what it is, it runs its butt off. And it was going to go to Mark's after Noble anyway. You know what I mean? So it just, a little early, but that's all right. I can't complain.
Yeah. You got two more pictures here, and you know what they are. Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so the new motor's in, and Gary's on my butt. I was going to I got the elbow facing forward now. I was going to have it facing the rear and go through the firewall like that, but he's been on me for a couple months now, and finally raised his voice and was like, "Get that freaking tube out of there. We ain't going through the firewall, back through the firewall. We're going straight from the turbo right there." So I already modded it. Of course, I'm like, Gary, who is going to be able to make a tube for us? I mean, shut her down. But but yeah, so and this is a good picture here. Shout out to Chris at Stainless Works. We worked with them at PRI, and I had to get a different set of headers just because the bolt pattern spacing is different from the GV head to the GV2. But, he said it was the same jig, and I didn't know with the Edelbrock head if the whole, where the exhaust was, if it was going to be, a little higher, a little lower, whatever. But you can see right there, it's money. And so I won't have to redo the hot side, even though I know somebody that could help me. That's just one more thing we don't have to do. So I think at this point, we just got to make a throttle cable bracket and the tube from the turbo to the throttle body there, and of course throw that blow off valve in between. But yeah, but yeah, no, I appreciate all your help, dude. I mean,
yeah, you're welcome. And we're going to eliminate about 10 foot of 4-inch tubing too.
Yeah, thinking all that weight,
and clamps, and
I know. Yeah,
those are all potential leaks, and they have been before.
Yeah, no, it caught us at a streetcar takeover. You're right.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and this will look good, you know what I mean? This will be clean, and we'll do it up nice, and and yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a different looking piece in there. I had to look at it a couple times, like, dang man, that thing's that hook.
Look at that thing.
Dang. That's a nice piece. For y'all who don't know, I got this from Chris Penny. I think everybody knows the story. But the top end's from BES. He had it done there, and it's the same block. I put a different crank that we got from Calivas and Bennett. Mark did the machine work, did some the aluminum rods. Of course, we had to switch it over from nitrous to a turbo camshaft. So we swapped the pistons as well. But, on paper, it's just everything's just a little bit more. It's a little bit more cubic inch. It's a little bit more compression. It's a little bit more airflow. We'll just see if it goes a little bit faster. So
that's a cool piece.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I kind of was, I don't know. I thought I'd try to get to the summer, but it is what it is.
So, had the 400 not knocked a hole in the pan? When did you already have what race after planned that you can swap it out?
Yeah, no, because I was looking on my break at work. I was looking at my schedule, and I was just thinking right after the next race number 4, Titans of 10.5, then that would have got us one more event, then Tulsa. You're getting to the September, because I knew it'd take us a few weeks. The races were starting to stack up again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To do these little things like we're doing, and I didn't want to. I knew we needed a little bit of time, so we had to get it in before the Tulsa race, Titans, and then everything else was is going to fall right behind it. There's going to be some back-to-back events, or maybe just one weekend off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, so that would have been that 3-week window after Noble.
Yeah.
Before Titans. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the thought there, Gary, and like we were talking with Schote at Springfield, because it ain't like right now you need all the power with the track slippery and all that.
Yeah.
So the ideal situation, was going into the fall, but yet you needed some time to do the swap.
Yep.
So
got plenty of time now.
Yeah. And I know there'll be just a touch of learning curve, but I'm not too concerned. It'll make, we'll let it run when it runs. We'll dial it way to the left and start picking at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matt Ray says, I'm not sure there is anything on that car that isn't nice, Rod.
I appreciate that, Matt. Appreciate that. It's all the help from Gary and Tanner and just everybody helping out. But, yeah, appreciate that.
Keith doing some nice work in the back.
The back, the front, he did everything.
Stinks, though, that stuff in the back you can't see. It's just,
I know. What?
Stays hidden.
Coming over, and one guy just came up and asked me. He's like, hey, can I look at that stuff back there? I'm like, yeah. So we're popping the trunk and popping the doors. This other guy, he came over. He's kind of doing that looky-loo, kind of looking. And I was a little bit from the car. I go, hey, you can open the door. Okay. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's it. Oh, we just got the green light.
I see that. All right. There's a comment here. Doug Perry, you two make a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more than just us two.
You bet.
Yeah.
It takes a community.
There's a handful involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else on your car here?
For real though, I'm getting some extra texts and some extra messages, and I appreciate everybody. Hey, sorry to hear that, man. That's daggone it, and and I appreciate everybody like reaching out and so to talk about it. But Tanner, he made a comment. He goes, "Man, you're in a pretty good mood for just yeah."
I was just going to remind you of that. Like what Tanner said. You're taking it pretty good.
You're taking this pretty good. So I was like, well, you're. And I'll be honest. I mean, like when you're sitting there in the car strapped and you're like, you come to a complete stop and this. So just talking through it in my head, I'm like, dang. I was like, well, dang. I'm just sitting there. I was like, well, I guess we're not going to race tonight. Dang. I just sitting there and I didn't get out of the car. I'm like, well, I guess I'll put the new motor in. So I just like, what do you do? You're just like, daggone it.
Turn that page. Shoot.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to run through the thorn bush or peel the Band-Aid off or whatever. Let's just that, like you were asking me as well today. You asked me if I want to pull that pan today. And I kind of I'm not going to not do it, but it's in the corner for a minute. I want to concentrate on positive here and, get some more pressure going here. Then I'll circle back when I got a minute.
Yeah. That's a good approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's Mr. Harper says time got away from me. It's all good, Mr. Harper. He's here now.
Since you're here, we'll roll through some Mozart pictures and then we'll circle back to that topic we were talking about.
Yep. You want to hit Ozark or run through the mad stuff? We got like some True Street cars and
let's do the mad stuff.
Some staging lane pictures of the classes.
Let's do it. Yeah, a lot of good winners last night.
Yeah, we got there, and I think as we was at the gate, the True Street cars was lining up.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, and we saw Chris and John, and I think they had 9.
Yeah,
if that number remembers right.
Sounds
correct.
Right. Yeah, had to go on the cruise.
This is Rod had a little Bob Seger moment in the car.
Yeah, turn the page. Yeah, exactly right.
Next.
Yeah.
This truck, I don't know what this fella's name is. It was in the True Street class.
Cool little sleeper there. Had some sort of turbo on it or something.
Yeah, I think it had a turbo. It was making some whistly noises in the hood. Yeah. There's John Ketch. I really like that Camaro. I like it. It's cool. I like it.
That's a cool looking car. Got a new transmission in there from Booker and did a freshen up and nice pieces there. That's a cool car.
Yep. I like it. Peyton Westbrook. I remembered his name this time.
Yep. Good. Local dude.
I never remember his name, and I've got it locked in now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The El Camino, don't know the guy's name. Maybe if somebody
LS
does.
Turbo deal, runs hard. He's always at the True Street events.
Chris said, sorry, I was taking a nap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's
all right.
Timing. You were up late.
Oh, yeah. Yep. This Camaro, don't know this fella's name either. Looks like it's the drag and drive car. You got the Rocky Mountain Race Week stickers on the windshield up there. That's a dead giveaway if you got a car that likes to drive on them events. They get them stickers on the banner up on top there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Jason Flowers, super awesome car.
Golly. That's a nice car. And it's my lane, it's a small block Ford. So it's all Ford all the way. Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's see you say something.
Well, I think Brian or something said over the weekend, he's like, man, that car runs good. I go, yeah, it's got Ford in it. Come on.
It's Ford powered, of course.
Come on.
Yep, of course it is.
Yeah.
The Mel Hamilton Mustang, we've seen this around.
I think he ran the 12-0 class, right? And
did Nick drive this or did somebody else?
I'm not sure. No, I think they did, but I saw they were in the 12-0 class, and then they did the cruise, probably doubled ender.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Our friend Justin McMurtry, he makes a return to the racetrack. He said the car hadn't ran since November of 21.
Wow, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, man. So he was taking small steps, getting things dialed back in.
Yeah.
Yep. Harper says Nick was driving that.
Sure.
Right on. Yep. McMurtry, you ever find that car lined up next to you, you better be ready. He's a good racer.
Yeah.
Yep. This car is fast. It's way faster than we saw it run yesterday.
Oh, right on.
He's good on the laptop. So don't give him anything because he'll drag you down the track. That's a fast car, man.
Yeah.
I think that was all of the.
Gary, what's that car called? Is it a Durango? What is that?
Durango, yeah.
Durango. I thought it was a Ford Durango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew anything about this kind of car until I saw him with it this years ago when we met him, and had no idea Ford made such a thing.
Yeah. But, well, when we first pulled in, he was parked the other way, and I saw the Fairmont lights with the wing. I thought Ray Parsons.
Yeah. That's right. You said that. Like, oh, there's Ray Parsons. Ray over there.
That's the Durango. That's got a bed. It's a truck.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, basically it's a Fairmont underneath, in the front stuff. Yeah.
Cool Fairmont. Jim, it's a truck. Look at it. It's a truck.
Yeah.
But it's Fairmont.
Sure.
Yeah, Chris says there was 9 cars total in True Street.
Right on. Well, think about it too. Fairmont's a Fox body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. All that, that suspension, all that stuff bolts on, I believe. Yeah, so that's the 9 cars in the True Street, and they left here, went for a cruise down, pretty much down to the turnpike, and came back.
Yep.
I believe everybody made it back.
Yep. Yeah, they had a chase vehicle situation, and if anybody, I guess the deal was, you know how like you do the picture on the sick week or whatever that is, and Chris just said if you go and you're not with the cruise, you make it back as long as you buy something, bring a receipt, then you can show that you went. So
is that really what they did?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. There you go. That's what.
All right. The Mustang was the chase car, and it had a 10-minute buffer behind, right?
Right. That's what was going on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thomas would know.
That's right. These guys left, and at some point there later on, they call everybody else to the staging lanes. So I just started running around, snapping some pictures in the staging lanes, and there's Josh Gill. Josh has been coming up and racing with us.
Yep.
I wish Josh would have brought the black car. Didn't even think about talking to him about that. Completely forgot about that till now.
Yeah,
he
just got him a new coupe, right? Black coupe.
Yes. And that car has. Yep, the car's been around a long time. It's a really nice car. I haven't seen it since probably 2016 at Tulsa at a throwdown. Fred was there with it. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a clean car. Look at that.
Woo! Look at that. Is that Tanner strutting right there, or is that me?
That's Tanner strutting.
I thought it was. He's strutting. Yep. Nope. Good day. Good day to be at the track, especially when the sun went down. It was fine. There's a new car. This guy was cool.
Yes, a new car we hadn't seen before from Oklahoma. Somewhere in Oklahoma, it had an Oklahoma plate. Tyler Robinson, right?
Yeah. Yeah, good guy. He needed some CO2. We were able to hook him up, get him a bottle.
LS power, right?
No, it's small block Ford, 9.5 deck.
I know.
5 ports. I've looked it over. This thing runs. What are you talking about?
I just thought in there. I knew you'd I knew you'd want to shout that out.
The finals, one of those MPK. What do they call them? Locals only or whatever.
Locals only.
Yeah. Cool guy.
Yeah.
His dad.
I didn't get real close to it, but from here it looks super clean. I would imagine under the hood and inside is just as nice.
Yeah,
I would guess.
It is.
Cool.
Yeah, I was trying to help him with CO2, so I got to peek at it.
Super awesome to see a different car we hadn't seen before at the track.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he kind of came through with Corey Anderson.
Okay. Yep.
From that way, and I was talking to both of them. Hopefully, they'll be at Thunder Valley at the Titans. They can run limited.
Yep, that's right.
Get down.
Yep, that was a cool looking car. And next to him was Dave in his
show car lane.
It's the show car lane. That's right.
Show car lane. Yeah. He ran a personal best though, didn't he?
I think what was it, a
54,
52 or 54? I think 52.
Chipping at it.
Yeah, chipping away at it. It just takes time.
Yep.
This little Nova, you said it ran small tire?
Yeah, he was in small tire, yeah.
Okay. Didn't catch a name, don't know who that was. Didn't catch a name on that. You mentioned Corey Anderson. There's Corey in his car.
Yeah, got it back out. It was his first outing since his little incident. So, the first hit, he kind of took it easy but no, car runs good.
Another LS swap, right?
No. That's an 8.2 deck deal. It was Ford guys. I brought them all up. You know what I mean?
Man, it's Fords all over that place yesterday. Dang.
Yeah.
Corey, if you're listening to this, I'm just kidding. I just like to hear Rod say it's a small block Ford. It makes his day.
It does. Yeah.
Ford buyer. Ooh.
Woo, woo.
It was good to see Corey at our track hanging out.
Yeah. Good to see him out.
Okay, Scott Ferguson says Mike DeMoss in the Nova.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it ran good. He had I don't know if it was a son or whoever, but he was, teenager style, lining him up stuff. You can tell he was having a good time.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to see that sort of stuff out there.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, Corey, it's cool to see him again. We hadn't seen him at MAD for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
This red Mustang,
Yeah.
didn't keep the name on it.
Yeah.
Did you say it went to the final?
Yeah, I think this is the one Josh raced in the final. If Josh is on, he can chime in. But the way I understand it, they end up going in the finals. We were kind of loading up at this point, so it's hard to
Right.
catch everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure this was it. And I don't know what it's got under the hood. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah. Maybe somebody knows the name there.
Good day. It's a good day.
So as we was already gone and the evening got wound down, or early morning, however you want to call it, the True Street guys did their thing.
Yep.
And Thomas Hendrickson, in this little picture here is Thomas and Jason Flowers. Thomas made a post. He says he went to Arc City this weekend to run the True Street race. They pushed the start time back because it was so hot, which all of us racers thank you for, Gary Harper. It's obviously not very comfortable being in these cars with a fire suit and helmet on in these temperatures. We avoided our buddy Jason Flowers through the rounds and met up with him in the finals, where we decided to split the pot and get home before the sun came up.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Also got the car to run a new personal best, even with the 40-mile-per-hour headwinds. So always pumped when that happens. Thanks to Chris. Yeah. Thanks to Chris Paget for putting the event on. It was a blast, man. Hope to do it again soon. Thanks, Jonathan Lorg, Scott Ferguson, Tyler Lord Manuel, and Charlie Hendrickson for all the help as always. Couldn't do it without you guys.
Heck yeah. Great
Good
post.
job, Thomas and Jason.
Right. Thomas is he knows what that winner's circle is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He keeps stopping by. It's a familiar place. You know what I mean?
Yep. He keeps parking in there. That's right.
Parks in there and he gets a check. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good to see that. And of course, Flowers as well. His car was on point, boy. Get down.
Yep. And so that was the feature side of the True Street. And they had a second chance side.
Yep.
And in this picture here is Chris Paget and Justin McMurtry. And Chris made a post. He said, made it to the finals in a second chance race and split with Justin McMurtry. What a good race and turnout. Thomas Hendrickson and Jason Flowers split in the overall group. Thank you to everyone that stepped up as a sponsor. It was greatly appreciated. We'll be doing this again in the future. Maybe not this year, but next year for sure. Thank you to all the people who came out and race or spectate. A big thank you to Gary Harper and Mrs. Harper, for reaching out and getting me involved, and for a stellar track as always. Great.
Well said, man. Shout out to Chris. You know what I mean? He put this on. I was following along on Facebook. I see his posts all the time, pumping this event up. It seemed like it was a rolling pop up. Another 100 over here, 200 from this company. That company is now putting in 100. I mean, he's like an auctioneer. 100 over here, 100 over there. You know what I mean? But yeah, hats off to him. And I'm sure the stress level is just up to here already. You know what I mean? And then and that just this weekend it had to be 150 degrees outside.
Yeah.
400 mile an hour wind, and so we just had to deal with that as well. And Kid ended up canceling their race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just for that reason, but we got it in. It was a good event. I'm glad it all worked out.
Yep. Need more cars to come support these deals and race in these. There's a ton of these type of cars around here. We know there is.
Yeah. Is this the stock suspension deal, Chris? Is this? I mean, it ain't for me. People were asking. I don't know enough to know about it, but I'm just trying to educate myself. So when people ask questions, I can say something. But it don't matter to me. I'm just curious if it's stock suspension only, or if they do ladder bars or monkey bars or whatever. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, good job on like Rod said, putting this together, gathering up that extra money, like all throughout the week, clear up until the end of the week that was going on. So
yeah,
good job, man. Great job doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Harper says, hated to start late, knowing it was going to be a late one, but we feel it was the right move. Track was good for the heat.
Agreed. Yeah. It was the right move. When that message came to us, Gary, and he was, calling through that, I was, woo. You know, and luckily for us, it was a local race, so we were just still hanging out. But
Well, I got to take me an extra hour nap because
oh
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I set a new alarm and went back to sleep.
Yeah. But and this is not the first time we've done something like this. And yeah, you get home at 5 a.m. or whatever. But you know, back in our 20s, we were doing those midnight Tulsa deals anyway. You know, and
Yeah.
so, but like, I'd rather if they came to us and said like, "Hey, we're going to start at noon, and we'll get done at midnight," or we'll start at 8 or whatever and get done at whatever time. That's what I'm looking for. Flyer says what? What's Troy saying?
Troy said the Flyers say no ladder bar or aftermarket four-link. Okay.
All
That's to the point. Good.
What's Chris saying?
Chris says we're going to revisit the rules.
Okay. I wonder if he got any feedback on that, maybe. Whole stock suspension only deal. I know there's some, if you're trying to get car count, there's some cars floating, that could be competitive. They ain't going to run away with the deal, but you know what I mean? They'll be right in there with them, but they don't have stock suspension,
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, hats off to Chris for real. That's something else. Put these together. You gotta do the extra cruise, you gotta deal with that, and any kind of breakage, any kind of, sometimes I just go over there and listen. I'm not in the game, but sometimes people get upset. You're in there listening, you're like, oh no, so someone like Chris has to listen to that and make a call. Window don't roll down or whatever. I don't know, making something up, But the point is, it's like he's got to deal with that, So it's not fun. But
he's got a judge and jury that.
Yeah, right. And he's a competitor. You know what I mean?
He says we will for sure be making a real cruise next time.
Right on. Well, what is that? It's like 9 there, 9 back, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
I mean, hell, I mean, if you can get it done in 15, 20 miles, what are we going to do? An hour and a half? You know what I mean? If the car can make it that long, well, it's just at this point, it's just like heat and consumption of gas at that point, right?
Yeah. If you can keep it cool, that's a huge score. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I rode in Jason Flowers' car at the Wichita event, and we were gone for a minute. Golly, it was like a 35, 40-minute cruise. I mean, it was a legit deal. And we were on our way back, and Jason's like, "You know where we're at?" I go, "Yeah, we're close. We're like 2 miles out."
You know where we're at.
I go,
yeah.
Okay. I go, "You good?" "Oh yeah, we're good." I'm just like, "Where are we at?"
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you know where we are?
Yeah.
You should have freaked out like, dude, I have no idea.
Let's say Missouri.
Holy smokes, where are we at? I think we're lost.
Yeah, but good job, Chris. It's a lot of work.
Yep. Good job, Chris and Mr. Harper.
Yeah, thanks for everybody coming and supporting this deal, especially in the heat when you'd rather be sitting on the couch in the air conditioning. But you say it every year. We already know there's a handful of cars out that could do things like this if they just get their stuff going. They got builds going and everything. So we'll see.
Mr. Harper says everyone should try to run the track for a weekend. Dealing with the problems that pop up sucks. No, thank you, sir. No thanks. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, and what happens on a situation like that as you're a manager? Whoever's approaching you has already seen it their way. Whatever it is, it's already going to be, hey, whoa, over here. It's got to be.
They're right and you're wrong.
Yeah, their way. And you're just like, how many of those did you get walked up to? This guy over here, he's blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, okay.
Yep. We got a couple more things here on the race yesterday. AJ Taylor, congrats to AJ Taylor. Give him a shout out. Taking home the win in 650 for the first time ever. He has a sponsor shout out, SC Graphics. He's holding the big check. I think that was like a $650 that was written under. I could see.
Yeah.
Man, good job, AJ.
Good job. AJ's first win. Great job, man. This is awesome.
Let's give him this. Here we go.
Here we go. That's awesome.
Good job, AJ.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Congratulations.
Yeah. Actually, that's the last piece on that. This other stuff is some Ozark stuff.
Let's do it.
Do you want to do that or get into Mr. Harper's deal?
No, let's do Ozark first.
Okay, so let's tell Mr. Harper if he wants to type that up, and so it says how he wants it to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't hit enter yet until we're about done with this. Then we can get it to pop up on the screen.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Ozark had a deal we would have probably been racing at if we wasn't supporting local.
Well, yeah, we had an all expense paid trip.
Oh yeah, that'd have been neat, wouldn't it?
Goose.
This was the there it is right there. Okay, so Chris Hogan with Fodad Racing Media, he put this post out with the winners. He says, "Congratulations, all the winners from the second annual Shane McClellan Memorial Summer Shootout at Ozark Raceway Park." They had multiple classes in this deal. Like you said, we'd have probably been at this, but we stayed home because that's what you do.
Yep.
Yeah, Harper says okay. Matt Ray says, from a kid asking his folks for a ride to the track to take photos to this. Great job, AJ.
There you go.
That's really cool. Yeah, good job.
Good shout out, Matt.
Good job, Matt. So yeah, he posted the winners here. He says it was a very long, hot day, but what a race! Some side-by-side intense action all day. It had Outlaw 10-5. Winner was Adam Phillips, and we got pictures of this. Winners pictures. Chris Hogan does a really cool job putting the graphics and stuff on these. Outlaw 8-5 versus Limited 275. That's Rodney's Lane.
Yep.
Lance Mason, and we saw Lance in that car at Mocan last week. Yep. And Jake, his brother Jake, they raced together.
Yeah.
Big tire winner, Dwayne and Amy Graham. Mean Street winner, Danny Andrews is the father, and the runner-up was Corey Andrews, the son.
Hey, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Father, son, rolling out.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go knock them down over here. We'll get in the winner's circle picture together.
Yeah.
And back up to Lance there. That's an Outlaw 8.5 car, right? He's got the smalls on. It's boosted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
we seen him at Mocan. It had the little slicks on.
Yeah, back to back 8.5 got it done at Ozark there. Might have to slide in there with a little 275 tire and see what's up.
Yep. That Mean Street isn't that Mean Street the chip draw, right?
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
Is that 490/520? Is that what
I
that
think
is?
it is.
Larry
490.
490 to 530. I think it's 490 to 520.
It's a little faster draw than the Titan side. Just something a little different.
I wonder what they drew last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wendy or Austin, somebody chime in with that.
Yeah.
Be cool to know. Because Larry pulled the 490 out.
He pulled all the way to the left. He said, we're going fast. We ain't going.
Like, give me that.
Give me that right there.
Give me that 490.
That's what
yeah, it is. 550 index winner Mark Bell. 650 index winner Brad Schaffner. Junior dragster winner Drayson Klein says Dustin Klein. Show Me Outlaws motorcycle class winner Corey Bell. Pro Tree No Box winner Matt Sampetro. Huge thanks and shout out as always to my sponsors. This is from Chris Hogan. Shout out to my sponsors: Felony Racing LLC, Casey's Premier Hub Dyno Service, and Race Team. And
didn't Brad got that pink Chevy too that pitted next to us from Arkansas?
Yeah, Brad Schaffner.
He's on the Titans shirt. He's got to be good.
Yeah.
He's in the winner's circle every time we do this.
That's right. Jason Cypress says a 495 was pulled. That's deep too.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
Dang.
That's cool.
Dang. And then so Danny Andrews got that. And Corey runner up. All right, man. That's mean street for real.
It's really mean. Yeah. Got some 4-second meanness.
No kidding, especially with the 4,000 DA and
oh yeah.
I mean, you gotta run fast. You know what I mean? You gotta push that hard to.
You gotta have like 470s in the bank to go a 95 to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, right.
And on the 10-5 side, Shelly Phillips, our Phillips Racing buddies. Shelly says we had a great weekend of racing at Ozark Raceway Park. We started on Thursday with testing. The car ran 442 and 428. Friday night was a struggle with the car losing power on both passes. We talked about that earlier with Tony. Yeah. The guys fixed the problem when we ran a 446 and a 429 on our test passes. Went up against Craig Ondrick in the first round and got the win with a 423. We spun on a bye run in round 2 and headed to the final against Devin Brown. The final wasn't pretty with both cars having to pedal, but Adam was able to turn on the wind light. He did a great job. Zach was out with the Chevelle this weekend. He made some good passes and made it down to 7 cars. As always, it was great to spend time at the track with family and friends.
Heck yeah.
Good job, Phillips team.
Great job with those posts. Yep. Nice job, Adam. That was good. Good job. This doesn't surprise me. You know, these guys,
right?
You know, this is just fantastic team there. Yeah.
There's a little bigger picture there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody.
A lot of orange.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of orange.
Yeah.
Goose over there.
I see a goose. I was looking for Donna too there, but anyway.
Where's his hat? He should have his hat on.
I know. He said he only used it for brush hogging.
Brush hogging. I was gonna say bushwhacking, but that's the wrestling fellas, the bushwhackers.
That's funny.
Bush hog.
But yeah, he's gonna do some brush hogging. But yeah, good job, man.
Yep.
Like I said, fourth time out or whatever, already found the winner's circle. Not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. I'm sure Devin gave him a run too. He must have went some rounds too to be on the other side, you know.
Yep. Big tire winner, Dwayne Graham. That looks like a Corvette body or something there.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is Lance. Yep, Lance Mason, Outlaw 85 versus Limited 275 in this Camaro.
Heck yeah.
And we heard that Ozark, doesn't this have the drivetrain out of Jake's old Camaro?
That's
Did
what
we
was
verify
rumored around. I haven't been close enough to know, but that's what they were saying. And of course, Jake, he's doing whatever he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's just cool to see this car out. This car is cool. We got to look at it a little bit at Mocan, and yeah, he's going to roll the 26s and make it happen. Get him where you fit in, you know. Let's go race.
That's right. That's right. That's what he's doing. The Mean Street class, the chip draw, 495.
495.
This Danny Andrews' father and son, Corey Andrews.
Yep.
Danny was the winner, and Corey was the runner-up. Mean Street. It was a Camaro and a Mustang.
Yeah. You think the son just let the pops have it? You know what I mean? You think he said, "Go ahead and get this one. I'll get the next one," or you think they're racing?
Maybe.
Yeah. Huh?
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. Okay, we'll come back to that, Mr. Harper, in just a little bit. The bikes, Corey Bell, motorcycle class, just Show Me Outlaws is the bike winner. Hi, Tiff. 550 index winner, Mark Bell.
Yeah.
Little Chevy Nova. 650 winner, Brad Schaffner.
There's Brad.
Yeah, that guy knows his way to the.
We got to start calling him Bad Brad. You know what I mean?
Bad Brad, the winner. He wins a lot.
He does, man.
The junior direction winner, Drayson Klein. Junior winner. And the Pro Tree No Box winner, Matt the Terrorist. It's Larry's nickname for him, Matt the Terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a Titans regular.
Oh, yeah.
And is he undefeated? Like
I think so.
Well, you know, we're following the Titans, and then this deal, and
they keep popping up. You know,
I don't think he's lost one yet that we've been following.
Yeah, that's a duster, isn't it? Troy ought to know that one.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mr. Harper has something we're gonna flip, and
he red lit.
I pushed the button too quick and went red. That's all right, Mr. Harper.
Right.
We got you.
We're good. Everybody can read it, digest a little bit.
Yeah. Well, this is the last picture, so really, it's right on. So
right on.
Yeah, Matt the Terrorist is terrorizing the winner circle. Golly. That's the Ozark coverage. We like to.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Troy says, yep. Believe so. Yeah, we like to cover that.
Like a 440 dart in it or something. You know what I mean?
It's probably got a billet Hemi or something. I don't know. Isn't that what them Dodge boys do?
Last night he was thinking about putting an LS in his deal. Was that you?
Yeah. Yeah. He did. Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang it.
We'll just pick my engine up and just drop it right in his car.
You got your winch already?
Yep.
He's over there mean face right now.
Yeah, a lot of these racers at this Ozark deal, we see them in the Titans stuff, and yeah, I'm just like to give them all a shout out.
Oh yeah, man, good family right there, good team.
Yep, and that whole Ozark team, the track team, Tito and his crew, they're great.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's all the pictures.
Okay,
all the race coverage, and
let's open it up for the question of the night.
Okay, so what do you want to do to lead into this?
Well, I could lead in. So, I'm just talking about the chair I sat in. You know what I mean? I don't. You just hear things. You know what I mean? You're sitting around. They got that little area where everybody kind of hangs out. And there was.
Hang on a second. We got to pull up Troy's comment.
What's Troy's
Troy says he don't want a worn out Ford designed motor.
Oh yeah,
LS. That's a good one, Troy. Good. I had to bring that up. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He's telling truth there. It is. That's what it is.
That's right. That's all I can afford is that worn out design junk with my 305.
2.0. But at the end of the day, a track is just trying to stay open, and they're doing little things, bracket race, juniors, motorcycles, index, heads up, front track, back track, flashlight, just trying. You got all these different customers.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, before the Harpers even came in, Chris talked about how we need more car count and that sort of thing. Added the limited class, as well. Added, you see the little gangster style class, True Street, all of it. So you're just trying to fit in all these cars that people build that want to race. And so you have this no time lane as well, and so that was kind of the talk last night about either A, having a no time class, or B, what about having a no time person race in small tire, and they didn't show their time, and that's kind of, they tried that last night. And there was some grumblings in the pit, like I said, I don't know enough to know anything. I just listen and I don't make comments because it's not my lane. So, you know what I mean? And I listen. And, I don't know. I mean, they, the whole well, what if, Rod, what if you had to race, and I was thinking about that, even when we go race streetcar takeover, it's no time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, when we go up there and race a few years back, and we'd race the Phillipses and the Browns and just, all the big block power stuff. And I say that, just because we have a small block, but I just like racing them. They're great guys, and you just had a good time, and you go out there in the atmosphere, and hell, I got a couple win lights out of the deal just by getting lucky. But
and that's the class you fit in when you showed up.
Yeah, that's it. And I knew that going in, right? I knew that going in. I drove there knowing.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what was just chiming around. Some people were upset. They figured out too, the track did, that they can actually individually shut off a clock, just by messing with the computer and stuff. And so it was just more of a trial or a talking point, and so we talked about it a little bit today with Harper and wanted to bring it up. And so he now I haven't read what he just wrote here, so maybe you should read this out.
Yeah. But, and that ruffled some feathers last night.
Yeah,
a little bit. What it hurt, because this lane was off and this one was on, and if you're racing with him and you don't beat him, then you don't run. You can't run a 40, which is completely false. That's so silly to think that. That's not how the world works.
I was thinking about it driving home because it was 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And if this no time car qualifies mid-pack or whatever, I guess maybe that's where he wanted to qualify. Maybe that was that tune-up for that pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Faster or whatever. I don't know. What does that no-time car have an advantage because they know your number? I don't know. At the end of the day, you got to go up there and race the racetrack, right? And you just want to run the fastest you can run, at that point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Even for us, just speaking about us, you know, we didn't set the world on fire, but we went number one. You know what I mean? And that's what we were going to run those passes. It ran the tune-up we put in.
Yes.
And that was, you know, and we would have ran that for that day, that track, that temperature, that surface. I mean, it wasn't going to break the limited record. That's a 56, but it was enough to you know, go some rounds. But let's bring in that. What is he saying?
Okay, so this is going to deal with September 27th. He has here. So this is what's happening, and Mr. Harper typed this up, and this is going to be some changes for that September race. Mr. Harper says going forward in small tire class, and this is so there's small tire, but like there's always been outlaw small tire stuff, no rules. And then Rodney and that there's the limited side. This is different. Right. So this is the outlaw small tire side. Going forward in small tire class, there are going to be a few changes to try to attract more out of town racers. One, the class will now be clocks off and separate time slips. 2, chip draw, including the buy run. 3, 275 drag radial or 28-10-5. And 4, we will run these rules and class changes at our September 27th, 2025 race for $5,000 to win.
There you go.
So
there you go. And other tracks are doing this. So this ain't, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is good stuff. I like seeing him adapting. You know what I mean? I think the first sentence says it all.
Yes. Yep. Attract more out of town racers.
Yeah.
And out of town racers, we got some feedback last night, and he said there could be 6 or 8 from Texas that would come up here and race if the clocks were off.
Yeah.
So bring them all. You know?
Yeah.
And the limited side where Rod races, those clocks are staying on. Those rules are staying the same. Nothing's affected on that side. We're talking about it, but it's not affecting our limited class.
Yeah.
This is the outlaw stuff that's always fast, and it always will be fast.
Sure.
It's just trying to attract more racers.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to talk for anybody that's on here that would fit in this deal, but I've seen a lot of those guys race clocks off and clocks on, you know, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be a situation where a regular clock on person would not come because the clock was off. If everybody was off, you know what I mean? So it's all good. So good job, Harper. Just keep, you know, thinking of things and get your feedback. You know, you probably get all the feedback from the racers and their friends and their neighbors' friends and everybody and people who don't even have a car and they're giving you feedback. And so, heck yeah, $5,000 win, Gary. That's a freaking payday.
Yeah, if this is the ticket to get 20, 25 cars in to race out, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. So September 26th, 27th.
Yep.
5,000 to win. I mean, on my flyer, nothing's on top of it. A couple weeks before is the annual Street Machines, 11th and 13th. And then after the weekend after is the Titans at 10-5, the World Finals. So, no, it's going to be good air.
When September rolls around, things are going to get busy.
Especially at the end, you know what I mean? Woo! Yeah, we're going to get all the good air back.
Yeah, just for example, Mr. Harper says here, we paid out $2,900 and took in $1,200. The bottom line is we need more cars.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Brian Schneider, he's a limited racer with us. He says, best part about heads-up racing, anything can happen. Tune-ups can be off. Reaction times can be off. The fastest doesn't always win, but you got to show up, support the track, and put it in the beans and find out.
Well said, babyface. Well said. Let's go.
And that's what you did in Texas in November last year.
Oh, yeah. I was outgunned. I was outgunned mid-pack. You know, there's 3-second cars in my class, but, you know, a guy broke. You know, I cut a good light, you know, and we made it to the finals. You know, went rounds and made it to the finals. Never would have thought. But I wouldn't have made it to the finals or brought home 5,000 if I didn't load my car up and go
That's
down.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good stuff. So you heard it here first, right? and we can
Yep.
keep talking about this, and we'll keep pushing this race. This is going to be their huge event, for them. The RVs will be lined up on the return road. They'll have just a packed house. I always like this end of the year event here.
Yes.
For them. It's a really good time. So 5,000 to win. How can you not come and show up and show out for that?
Yep.
Woo.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
And Mr. Harper says maybe we can attract a new class sponsor.
Oh, heck yeah. Something in the works there. Actually, as he was saying that, Gary, I didn't even know that was going to pop up, but in my head, I was thinking, Troy Aves ought to put like an extra 500 on top in Limited Street. And
I like that. Yeah, oh, yeah.
We can vote on it right now. I vote too.
Troy.
Troy would probably give a thumbs up. He's good for it. But
we know where he works. Come on.
We know where he works. We know he's got big money. But no, that's great stuff, man. Excited.
Yeah,
Excited
and
to go down there and help the track, or go to the track, go to the races. Been doing this for 30 years, never had anything come out of the motor. And but this is part of it, and we'll take our wins and keep rolling.
Is this your first one to sign up, Devin?
Devin,
you come
you raised the
party. $5,000 clocks off. Are you in?
5,000. Heck yeah.
Devin, bring all of your friends.
Well, and that's, Devin runs up there and runs them no times and Flying H or wherever. You know what I mean? He's down there in Texas. He don't care. I bet Foreman thinks the same way. Here we go. I'm up there, with the top dogs. He gives me the third floor deal, Yeah.
Rodney can spot me on the third floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin. Tell
Devin.
your friends, man. Tell all if you got fast Texas friends, Georgia friends, Kentucky friends. And
5,000, it ain't no like, well, I spend 1,000 in gas, which I get all that, get all that too,
Yeah.
We go do our thing. We were talking about the other day, we probably buy a Goose's RV for what we spend on hotels, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Eric Knott.
Oh yeah, let's do it right here.
Eric Knott, do you know, we may need Harper's help. Eric Knott, he says, what's the radio record here at MAD?
Yeah. I'm guessing it's around a 415, but I'm going to let Harper chime in. He might have to call the boss on this, Mrs. Harper, but it's around a teen something, right?
That's what the Titans record will be, right? That's going to be that number, right?
Well, the Titans record is 11 at
wasn't it
got that. We talked about that last week.
Right. Oh, he's got it right here. 415.
Yeah. Devin Brown by the fourth number, right? Because
yes.
Foreman went like a 415 with a 9, and Devin went a 415 with a 3 or whatever it was. And see, Devin knows he's the holder, he's a champ. Remember? Come on.
Yes. Harper says, Harper says, Devin, bring your friends, and I bring the glue and the money.
There you go, man. Sounds like a date. Let's do it. September 26th, 27th. It's going to be in the fall. It's going to be nice. I'd love to see Eric Knott show up. I want to see that car in person.
Yes,
show
same.
Up and show out. Heck yeah. Webb can show up, make an appearance, do an autograph session. Something. Yes. You know what I mean? You haven't seen the Malibu out. I know Jim's on watching. He can just ring a bell there. You know what I mean? Golly, there's a lot of killers out there that can come up for 5,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And as the track, Mr. Harper, put it. We got it out here, but like, let the face of the track put it out and be seen, so everybody can plan for it 3 months out. Make the plan, make the trip plans.
Yeah.
And, if it's a week or two out, it's hard to get guys to plan to come.
Yeah, no, it is. And like I said, just with my little scheduling list here, there's nothing else on that, because I got I got Mad, Flying H, Kid, Ozark, Texas Motorplex, the whole deal on here. Unless, look up a Big Jake's deal or something, but I think it's a free weekend.
Okay, Mr. Harper.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Harper says we will be making a big post this week.
Yeah.
Good.
And like he's saying, this is like one of those deals that'll make or break a year, for the track. Yeah. And absolutely.
We'll keep the limited troops rounded up.
We'll talk about it on the show, getting closer. You know how we do it.
Yep. Eric says that sounds like a good one. I like.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Eric, while you're here, are you a clocks on or clocks off fan? If you're going to race, it's obviously clocks off, but which do you prefer? Just kind of curious. Or
And
do you
while,
care?
and while he's asking that, you know, that one video, Gary, where we post where doing that burnout is like, 5,000 people around. That's that September 9th. I don't know if you remember that. Used it on some of
Yes.
our YouTube stuff, but
Yes.
that's whatever, the place is packed and it's cool racing in front of people,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Harper says
Oh,
Scott Schuler will be helping bring the guys from the South. That's,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
Heck yeah.
I was talking to Scott.
Right. We were talking about that, and he's got that real nice, clean Mustang. Doesn't matter to me. All right. Sounds good.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
Good. Let's make it a giant party and a giant show.
Woo-hoo. Hey. Whoa.
Hey. Whoa. What's up?
What?
What happened?
Taking a Friday night deal? Did you just pull the bacon card, the waffles? What are you doing?
What? Oh.
Huh?
What?
I don't want to step out of turn.
Some bacon and waffles?
Man. Woo.
We got time to plan that.
What other classes will be there too, Harper? Think through that too. If you're going to have like a little gangster type deal, or if you're going to what else you doing down there? 650,
Right.
580. You know what I mean?
Devin is telling Harper hopefully he'll get some new faces in September.
Oh yeah.
Bring them.
And just make sure that track record stands still. Is that a situation where like a Todd Bennett would show up, or a Carpenter? Brian Carp.
Right.
I don't know.
That'd be cool. And we'll obviously as the weeks roll, we'll pimp it here too, and make it a big old show. Them big shows are so much fun.
Oh yeah, we'll share and share out.
Lots of people.
All platforms, just like that we did when that went 2 hours to the right. Thing got shared. Share.
Sell the concession stand out of food a few times.
Oh yeah, and they'll bring in one of those little like Slurpee machines, ice cream, all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, Doug Perry says he was going to ask about other classes that night, and Harper will have that info out.
Heck
They'll put it together.
Yeah. Be 5 or 6 classes underneath that, just to keep the show running, because everybody needs that as their classes so they can cool their car off.
Yep. They'll build a flyer for that, and we'll post it here every week.
Ooh,
what's up?
Look at that.
Mr. Harper says, yes, the index classes as well as the debut of the 5.0 to 5.30. Nice.
We're going to pull a chip?
Be a chip draw deal too?
Chip it.
Is there going to be a Joker chip that's chip color?
Let's go. I got.
Woo.
Get in the bucket.
That's so cool.
I drew the chip. What is it? 5.0.
Man, 5.0. Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a whole nother group of people that need notified, about this. That type of racing is so big now.
So big now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That needs to be a giant class too.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Man, exciting.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a moment and bring in our marketing partners.
Our peoples, all right there. Let's give a shout out to these awesome partners: Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Mobile Recon Mobile Detailing, Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you to those awesome partners for hanging out with us in 2025.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of the Ultra Color, I was scared the other night when we had the storms.
Yeah.
And man, I was in here and it started hailing.
Oh, I know.
I was like, holy crap. So I had this table here. I drug it over here out of the way, and I slid my truck in for a little bit just in case.
Sure.
But I thought, man, I'm going to have to go see Jason again and get some dang hail fixed. I only had it was like pea to marble size, and that was it.
Right.
So
yeah, we didn't
it's going to take more than that to beat the metal off my Ford truck.
Right. Ford tough. Ford tough.
So it reminded me of that. Speaking of Ultra Color, and
speaking of Sandlin, Brandon.
Yeah.
3 rounds
Got
in,
down
he
to-
got lost. He hit the tires in round 4.
Yeah, that left lane maybe wasn't as good. A few of them hit the tire there.
Nope, sounds good. Locking it in.
Let's see, Harper here.
There you go. Good
Mr.
job.
Harper says small tire limited 275. Okay, so this is the classes.
Yep.
Small tire limited 275, 50 to 530, the chip class, 580, 650, 750, 120.
Man,
If you have any kind of car, there's a class 2 race.
that's 7 classes, right?
Man. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you count the no time, guys.
Well, that's small tire.
Oh, small tire. Okay, I read that as small tire limited.
Yeah, no,
Got it.
small tire, comma, limited 275.
Yeah. I didn't fill in the commas.
Yeah.
Cool. Mr. Harper says yes. Chip draw on the 50 to 530 gangster deal with the blank chip. Rod, you can pull it for me the night before.
Let's do it.
We're good at that.
In, yes. Dig in that bag.
Man,
Get that out and go live. Heck yeah. Oh, what?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a rod race, Rod. Remember? What's that thing look like? You got one of those?
I got one of those.
You need
pounds.
It's probably getting lonely. It needs another one to partner with.
Holy cow. Come get this sucker, dude. Come get
And
this.
if you're new here, Harper says a WDRA rod trophy. That's what Rod's got right there. That really cool.
I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's a chunk of billet. I mean, it's
Bill
got
aluminum. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 pieces, like one and here. I mean, this is it. This thing is huge.
So cool. Harper says rods for all the classes.
Yeah, so you can see like this one's for the limited.
I might have to borrow somebody's car.
Yeah. This is awesome.
12.0.
This is worth it right here just to get a shot at it.
I need to borrow a 12.0 car.
Yeah, this is the WDRA rod. You can see it right there.
Yeah, that's a cool piece, man.
Yeah.
Go get you another one.
Man, the first time we saw this was at PRI. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
And as soon as I locked eyes, it was like, man, I'm going to get me one of those one day. You know what I mean?
Yep. Lock it in.
Happened 2024. Nice. Heck yeah.
Yep. Another one looked real good sitting next to it.
Oh, man. Twinsies. Remember last year when the Stahl brothers both got one in each class?
Yes. That was awesome. Yep.
Yeah, that rod deal is awesome, man.
So that'll be the that'll be the third race with the new engine, right? Noble, Tulsa. And if you don't go to Street Machines, that'd be 3. So it'd be the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. Just enough to get dialed in, you know what I mean?
I was going to say it'll be a little bit lined out by then.
Yeah.
Very
Hey,
good.
Russell Foreman's watching. Hey, Russ. I hope James is okay. We kind of saw that video there. So I know those that old steel Chevy, you know, hopefully it didn't hurt the concrete wall too much. I know you get it fixed up. I just saw you popped in.
Yep. Hope you guys can make it to the next race with it.
Yeah. Hope it's okay. You know, you got 6 weeks or whatever.
Got time to get her fixed.
So
yes.
It's hard to see how bad it was, you know, from Faux Dad's camera, you know what I mean? But, you know, we just saw him kind of, it looked like he had the blinker on when he turned. So he's following directly.
Yeah. Jason Cypret says, if I can keep from breaking my motor, I may pull out there for the 5 to 530 class.
There you go. There you go.
Jason. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think this comment is for you, Rod.
Oh, yeah.
Harper says Matt is available for testing anytime.
Anytime.
You can go wear out another one.
Friday morning, wasn't he? Had a couple cars out there, right? Wasn't Eric and Chris?
Yeah, Dustin Jones and his Mopar.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's a good point, though. We got to beeline Mr. Harper. We can go test.
That's right.
There you go.
Do that about 2 a.m. when it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, Mr. Harper. Can't wait to see all the goods and the info.
Yeah.
On that September deal. Yes.
So exciting.
Cool. Love it. Man, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
We just got to get through the dang heat in July, and not a fan. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yep.
All right. We're feeling good. Got all your pictures.
Yep. I think you got her. Oh, here we go. Russell says car will be down for a while. They got front end and the side of the car. Dang. You got time, Russell. You got time.
Dang it. Well, if any family can do it, they're the ones for sure. And sorry to see that. I saw that pass, and I don't know if he was also dealing with that nitrous purge or something. But yeah, just daggone it. And then I saw also Russell and Betty White making some good licks. I think they were out there testing Thursday or Friday as well,
Yep.
Oh, what's Harper saying? Is that for all classes?
Harper says little bigger payouts for all classes.
There you go. So Troy has already wired him the money.
Oh, geez.
Troy's already wired him the money. I know Troy's in. He wants to do it.
Troy probably just gave him all the bank numbers and said, just take whatever you need, Harper.
It helps him on his taxes.
Yeah.
He's in that higher tax bracket. You know what I mean?
Take whatever you need. Make the racers happy.
Yep.
That's nice, Troy.
Harper already knows he's locked in. See him?
That's funny.
Yep.
Russell says there was a lot going on in that pass.
Yeah, ain't that the truth, man? I get it.
Yeah.
Finals, you know what I mean?
Dang it.
Yeah.
Troy says, I am poor. I'm paying for an engine again.
Troy. Well, come on now, for real, Gary. By September, right? Troy's going to be out.
Oh, yes, surely.
Let's do it.
And he can race limited, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be great.
Can he? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
See, Doug Perry knows. He knows Troy.
Chump change for Troy.
Chump change for a Hemi boy.
That's right.
Hemi
Mopar. Golly.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Man.
You got something to look forward to next year. You need to stop that.
Dude,
boring you? Are you bored?
I've been trying to sneak out little ones, but I couldn't stop that big y'all.
I saw the tonsils.
Woo-wee.
Tonsils back there. What was that? What'd you have? Spaghetti for dinner?
Man, I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh man, Russell Foreman's calling his shot.
Russell says Betty will be ready to take that small tire belt.
He's calling a shot. He already told Devin, bring it over next time you come over. They just live down the street from each other, and seriously, it was only like on the fourth number is like 4 numbers. That's the only reason Devin still has hanging on to that thing. But heck yeah.
That'll be a fun deal, man. That'd be so cool. Yeah. The weather should be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be great going into the fall right there. Yeah, man. Into September. That's a good event.
Man, what an awesome deal, Mr. Harper. That's going to be cool. Yeah.
Show up.
Hey, Harper had me working last night on the track. You see that?
I saw you. Got your mop out. Yeah.
There's this little mess of stuff after you step back a little bit and catch the light off of it, turned into some more. And Harper brought, I think it was lacquer thinner or whatever, or some type of, he's like, do this and step on the mop. And I'm doing that. And I'm like, I better not do too good of a job. I'm going to end up having a job.
Oh yeah. But you're out there anyway. Might as well do something.
We got it cleaned up though. But I was like, man.
I mean, think of all the cheeseburgers and hot dogs you can get, if you switch that out, go work the track for a little bit.
I used to have a shirt like in my 20s. It said, "We'll work for food."
Oh, drag that out of the closet, right? That's funny.
Yeah. Yep. Did helped Harper a little bit last night on the track.
Heck yeah. Well, the lane I live in, the track was good. It put down what it took what I put down, or however you want to say it.
Yeah, it would have took a track record on your end last night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Easily. It would have easily moved to the 10th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll save it for another day.
Yeah. Actually.
Yes.
I need to look at some time slips, but I think I got the mile-an-hour record last night.
Really?
Uh-huh.
On the sacrifice pass?
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Have I see Mrs. Harper's on? Like, look into that, because
Huh.
I know what the old track record is. I know what the current track record is in limited mile an hour, and I know what I went last night. So no big deal
Both,
either way. But
both of those are yours, right? The ETM on air. Okay.
yeah, for limited. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. But check it out.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that until the ET wasn't there. But
Yeah,
I know
Doug says we'll work for bacon.
I don't know. Maybe not. I'm going to look through some texts or some messages. I might be. I haven't slept much, so.
Me neither. Remember that yawn?
Doug Perry knows Gary.
We'll work for bacon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, cool.
Yes, sir.
So,
Ready to kick on out?
yeah, let's wrap it up.
We'll
Get it up.
Next week. It'll be time to get back with people. We're done racing for a little bit.
Okay.
We'll figure something out and make something happen.
There's already a couple of people we're trying to line up.
Yep.
Come on in, make sure the schedules and stuff. Like to see all Flowers come on. I was talking to him last night.
I know.
Just one of a few we've already been talking to, but
yeah, Flowers would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little peer pressure. Come on, Jason.
Come on, man. Help out another Ford guy. We got to stick together.
Oh man. Yeah, you're a little down in the dumps a little bit, huh? Come on.
Come on, man. Help me out.
Doug says, "Great show, guys. Have a great week." Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. G-Body Doug.
Harper snuck one in here. He says he's going to look. He says, "By the way, your belt is done. I'm getting it this week, and I get it to you."
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome, Mr. Harper. All right, Bad, you ready?
Yeah, let's call it. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Had a great time. I got it. I got it. See that flinch? That was like let go break. Boom. Yeah.
We're not perfect here. We're just
Good
all right.
job.
We're going to shut her down, get back to work tomorrow so we can buy some Ford parts.
That's it. I already got a list. I got to get 3 things I know.
Dang it.
What were they? They were the cam sync, the diaper,
the crank sensor. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I got the crank sensors coming.
Yeah, you're right.
The throttle cable, since we turned that elbow.
Yeah. Make it happen.
We'll have to talk about some tubing later.
Yeah, no biggie.
Right
on. Easy stuff.
Yeah. And when you're at work tomorrow, ask anybody who does a little side stuff on the side, be interested in welding up some aluminum tubing, you know anybody.
I don't know. Well, everybody on the internet says it's easy. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, there you go.
There's YouTube videos. We can watch some stuff.
Woo!
All right, you ready to go?
All right, bud, let's do it. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody. See you next week. See you, Rod.
See you, bud.
Good night.